Check, 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 checkity check. What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy VDay and Pod Day. Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional life coach, motivational speaker, DJ, serial entrepreneur, your life coach's favorite life coach, Mr. Garry O'Neill Jr. And as always, when you see me getting chocolates or other type of Valentine's Day items, please don't forget the Junior. Shout out to Pops. And look at this holiday episode entitled Loving It. So I just wanted to make sure I dropped a nice little episode on Valentine's Day because guess what? I love you and you're worth it. Okay. And so today we're going to be having an episode. I wanted to make sure I dropped it a little bit. I didn't want to drop it too early and too late because I love you guys and I know you guys have stuff to do today. So today, first, let's do the shout out. So, of course, shout out to everybody watching the show, whether it's your first time, you've been with me day one, A1 listeners. Shout out to my YouTube people, my executive producers on Patreon. Shout out to people that are listening to this in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. Yes, there are a lot of people listening to this show outside of the U.S. and I definitely appreciate you. And come here. You. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day, taking time out of your special day. Every day is special, but taking time out of your day to check out me. Okay. And so as we go into this, I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted that. Happy Valentine's Day again. And so what are we going to be talking about today on this episode, this special holiday episode entitled Loving It? All right. First, we're going to be going over our appetizers. Oh, as always, we got our appetizers. Our appetizers, we're going to be, of course, highlighting my Black History Month peeps, people that you may not really know, as well as how to date today. So if right now you're like, oh, man, I need some help. I don't know what to do. Your boy is here for you right here. I got you. Okay? I got you. All right? And then we're going to jump right into the entree of today, where I'm going to be highlighting how to love yourself, how to love your family and friends, and also how to love the journey. All right, so let's just jump right into it with our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland. So right after this brief commercial announcement, we're going to get right into it starting now. All right, that is your... So let's just jump right in after hearing that wonderful commercial. And please make sure you check out heartsaversmd.com. All right. You can also buy some first aid kits on there. You can buy an AED. You can buy stuff. You can book a class. Make sure you get there. All right. So your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Winnie the Pooh. So in a conversation that Piglet had with Winnie the Pooh, Piglet said, "Hey, how do you spell love?" And Winnie the Pooh responded, "You don't spell love, you feel it." All right. And today, on this day that we celebrate love, I want you to feel it. Regardless of if you are with somebody or not, I want you to feel it. Feel the love around you. All right. Take a moment out of your day, even if you have to say, you know what, I'm going to create this moment of love. Tell yourself you love yourself. Right now, you can look at yourself in the mirror and just say, "Hey, I love you. I love you." Tell somebody you love, "I love you." It's about feeling it. All right. Hey, how do you spell love? You don't spell love. You feel it. All right. So that's your See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland, entitled Winnie the Pooh. All right. So, we got to keep it Valentine's Day music focused. So let's just jump right into your song of the week, of course, sponsored by Green Light Entertainment. All right. And so right after this brief commercial announcement, we'll get right into it. All right. So, hey, YouTube listeners, I know you like, hey, man, what are the songs of the day? What is the intro song? Because I have intro songs. What is the song of the week? YouTube isn't trying to play stuff like that. They're not feeling the love. So always in the comment section, you can always see the details on what the song of the week is and what the intro song is. Okay. And also all the other information. And so while I have you doing that, if you're watching this from YouTube right now, like, share, and subscribe and comment too. I want to see what you have to say about this episode. Okay, go ahead and comment. All right, I love feedback. You will get a comment right back from me, not a bot, not anything else. You'll get a comment right back from me. So go ahead and upload that. Okay, all right. So let's jump right in. So we've been doing a lot of jumping, right? So I definitely want to get into the appetizer of the day here, your special holiday episode. So have you been noticing that you've been getting Christmas episodes, Halloween episodes, all these different episodes for the holiday? Because guess what? I love this. I love you. So this is action, right? All right. So let's jump right. So I got to say, let's just stop. I got to stop saying, let's jump right in because I always say that. All right. So let's get to our appetizer. All right. So our appetizer today is, let's start off with Black History Month. Okay. So here are three people. I felt a little hungry when I made this episode. So I said, you know what? Let me highlight three people as far as food or inventors that helped the food industry. All right. So first, Alfred L. Crail. And if you know who Alfred L. Crail is, he is the inventor of the ice cream scooper. Yes, Lauren had to do a project, so she wanted to choose somebody in reference to ice cream. So that was the guy. So guess what? There's a reason today, if you're going to scoop some ice cream into a bowl and put some chocolate syrup and put some strawberries or whipped cream and make something nice, and you use an ice cream scooper, thank Alfred. Thank Mr. Alfred L. Crail, who designed and created the ice cream scooper. Look at that. I know you didn't even know that. If you did not know that, type in the comments, I did not know, right? And also type in your favorite ice cream. My favorite ice cream is cookie dough. All right, that's my favorite ice cream. I'm pretty sure yours is something else amazing, but probably butter pecan or cookies and cream or mint chocolate chip or something like that. But mine, cookie dough. So if you want to hook me up with cookie dough, only on one day out of the week because I'm chilling. I'm watching my week. All right. Mr. George Crumb. Now, I knew this one. I already have been focusing on this. So if you don't know who George Crumb is, he is the inventor of the potato chip. Now, in true Black people fashion, the potato chip was created because he had a restaurant. He was in a restaurant and a person complained about the thickness of the potatoes. Because, most of the time people eat French fries or potatoes. So Mr. Crumb, being smart, sliced them so thin and fried them. But look what happened. Now it's lit, right? So imagine that somebody say, hey, these are too thick. And I can imagine Mr. Crumb like, oh, okay. Oh, they too thick? Okay. And just slicing it as thin as possible and then frying them and then just tossing it. And they're like, damn, well, this is pretty good. So Mr. Crumb is the inventor of the potato chip. My favorite potato chip. I like just original. If you type that in the comment section what your favorite potato chip is. I do like original, but I also like the sweet spicy ones, and also like the sweet potato fries. Sweet potato chips. I like those a lot. All right. And the last person here on the first part of your appetizer is Abby Fisher. And Abby Fisher was one of the Black cookbook authors. Okay. So she was one of the first Black cookbook authors. You got to think how many authors that we have by Black cooks and Black chefs. So shout out to those three. All right. That is our moment of the week. I have something on my face. What's going on here? Wait, I got to go over here. Wait, I can't. Oh, right here. Okay. That's crazy. All right. So shout out to Alfred L. Crail, George Crumb, and Miss Abby Fisher, all influential in the food industry. All right. That is your appetizer first part. Now let's get to the second part. I know you were waiting for this. I know somebody right now is like, Garry, I need help. Help me. Right? Because somebody right now is like just wandering around in the store. Like, I don't even know what to get. Should I get like some pans? Should I get like a bed sheet? Like, all right, let me help. Let your boy, let me help you out right here. All right. Here's how you have a great Valentine's Day. First thing is, you know what show you on, right? You're on the See.Plan.Do show. So you need to plan this out, man. Like, you can't be running around on the last minute, right? You got to take some time and effort. Plan, 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 right? It doesn't have to be, the most expensive thing, but you do have to take some effort into planning. Come on, guys. All right. Ladies, don't give me a pair of socks at the end with some hearts on and that's it. Okay. So plan it out. Okay. Now, also, I always tell people, man, that it's not really about all the stuff that you spend. So the other day I was on April Watts' Ego podcast. So if you haven't, I'm going to post a link for that. So check that out. We talked about love, lust, and compatibility. And we talked about Valentine's Day, right? So one of the biggest things that you could do that, let's say you don't have enough money or that you don't have the money to get what you wanted or was sold out. Because, if you're listening to this and you're still trying to figure it out, it's two things that's stuck right now. Cardi B song Up and you are stuck right now. That was cheesy. I apologize. Sorry. All right. So right now, you know what you could do? Write a love note. Right? If clearly you care about this person enough that you want to listen to this episode because you're scrounging around and trying to find something to give them. But guess what? Create. Write a love note. Right? Write a poem. Okay. Even if you know how to sing, or you can hire somebody to sing right now. If you know somebody that knows how to sing, look, hit them up right now and have them sing something to the loved one. Okay. And also another thing, do an activity that you guys both like, right? If you know your partner, if you're a student of your partner, if you're a student of this person that you want to shower with love on this special love day, every day is love day, but on this particular day, guess what? Do an activity that you guys both will like. Now with the pandemic, I know that you can limit that, certain things are limited, but you still can shower a person. Guess what? Have a picnic in the middle of the room. Hire a chef today, right? Have them cook. Maybe you watch a special love movie, or maybe you guys choose a love movie to watch, right? Even if it's virtual. Sit them down, have a virtual date. You have some wine, they have some wine. Maybe you order out for them, right? Surprise them, right? Now that's something I got to work on because I'll be ready to tell you guess what you about to get, right? But surprise them, okay? Surprise them. Let them be genuinely surprised. Don't just always say, hey, you still like that pair of underwear, right? Yeah, what size you wear? Huh? Okay. Yeah, you got it from Boohoo? Okay, got it. Yeah. No, don't do that, man. Surprise them, okay? Ladies, surprise them. All right, peeps, surprise them. All right. That's something I had to work on. I try to limit on what I'm saying if I'm dropping a present on you. I may need to know hey, where you're going to be, but surprise them. And the last thing is create an experience. We clearly don't need to have a lot of money to have a good time. You don't need to do these things. We see on social media plenty of times where people just living life and loving each other. Guess what? You know what you can do? You can get a blanket, right? Lay by the fireplace if you got one, or one of those those fireplace heaters, right? Or turn off the lights, or put on some candles, maybe have some fruit or something like that, or and just chill. Listen to 90s R&B or whatever era that works for you, right? Listen to some love music, right? Just take time out, create an experience, not just throwing. Everybody likes candy, and candy should add to the experience, right? So right now, because I know my kids are not listening, so for Lauren, she loves sloths, right? For some reason, she loves sloths. So I'm in the store the other day, and of course, I see a big ass sloth teddy bear, right? A big ass sloth stuffed animal. I gotta get it, right? In addition to all the other little small stuff that she got. For Logan, because yes, I still shower my son with stuff on Valentine's Day. And I saw that the other day where somebody was like, that Valentine's Day is not for men. Now, on some level, I can understand what they mean. Of course, I'm going to do more than I would expect in return, but it's still a day of love. So we don't have to exclude people from that, so I'm not going to get Logan a stuffed animal, right? But he loves Legos. So I got a bag, I got a card, I wrote something nice on the card. I got some candy that he likes. I threw that in there with some Legos because he loves Legos. That's how you can shower somebody with love based upon what they want. It didn't cost a lot. All right. You don't have to, treat this as a bill, right? Like, oh, you have to go to the finest restaurants and I have to fly you out. You don't have to fly somebody out. You ain't got to fly somebody out. All right, virtual. All right, if you say, you know what, today, here we go right here. This will cost you nothing if you already have it. Get on one of these streaming movie platforms. I'm not going to say which one because they don't pay me, but if they did, guess what? It would be like right here, over here somewhere, as a sponsorship. But get on one of these movie platforms, man, and say, you know what? We're going to watch 4 love movies, something like that. There you go. Talk about the first time you guys met each other. Talk about the first time you had a fight or something really cute that they do that they may not know, or something that they really are good at, or something that you really appreciate about them. Create an experience, man. Don't just throw some candy, on the bed. I mean, if you're into that, don't just put on some lingerie and they're like, hey, pow, that's it. Like, come on. All right, create an experience. It's about love, and love is an experience. You heard what Winnie the Pooh said. You don't spell it, you feel it. You feel me? All right. So that is your appetizer of the week, and let's bring this on home because I know you have work to do. I know you have to get back to this day of love, and guess what? I want to take this moment out and say, hey, I love you. All right. If you're listening to this, if you've been a supporter, if this is your first time, whether you're overseas, you're in the US, you know me personally, you found this episode because you were looking at love and stuff like that. I just want to take this moment to say, hey, man, I love you. I love you because you love me. And what I mean is that you're putting effort into making this work. So I just want to say I love you. Hey, I love you. All right. So let's bring up this entree of this afternoon. And of course, this is sponsored by LaloneClothing.com. Guess what, guys? I have my new Dreamer shirt. Look at this. I can't really. All right. Check out that shirt. It just says Dreamer because I am. And I know you are, right? Especially if you're a lover. You got to be a dreamer, right? So guess what? You can get this shirt as well as other shirts. One of the other shirts I love is it's a shirt that says everything will be okay. So if you're going through heartbreak right now, or you're going through a heartache, or something's going on with you, go ahead and get that shirt and wear it so you can manifest that everything will be okay. So check out LaloneClothing.com to not only get official merch of the show, you can get official merch of the show, stickers, coffee mugs, shirts, right? But you can also get apparel that fits your vibe. All right. Everything that's on is not See.Plan.Do show stuff. Like this shirt, Dreamer, is not See.Plan.Do, right? I mean, you do See.Plan.Do when you're dreaming about it, right? But it has a lot of other stuff that I think will fit your vibe. So check out Lalone Clothing at LALONE clothing.com. That again is LALONE clothing.com. So on this day of love, again, this special holiday episode on the See.Plan.Do show entitled Loving It. All right. I want to highlight 3 things, man. How to love yourself, how to love your family and friends, and how to love the journey. See, look at me giving you a great overview, right? So this is the day of love. Yeah. So some people are like, well, every day should be a day of love and all these things. Like, yeah, I get that, man. Like, you don't have to look at it like that. All right. At the end of the day, like, look at it like this. Every day we should celebrate a day that we're alive, right? But on your birthday, yeah, that's a bigger deal, right? So you can celebrate love and show love, but today is just acknowledging, hey, we it's a day of love. Like my birthday is February 21st. I celebrate every day that I'm alive. But come February 21st, litty. Well, as lit as I can be within the pandemic, but it's going to be lit. Okay. All right. Don't even check my Instagram that day. My personal Instagram. Don't even check it that day because it may not be a lot of motivational stuff. It might be a lot of flexing, might be a lot of bottle popping, might be a lot of shrimp and lobster tails, right? Just scattered around. I don't know how I'm gonna feel that day. Might go to the casino, might not. All right. May lay in bed all day, might not. I don't know. So, on this day of love, man, just take time out. So let's talk about how to love yourself. The first thing is, in reference to loving yourself, you have to be accepting of yourself. You can't love something you don't accept. That doesn't even work, right? So the first thing is you have to be willing to feel pain and take responsibilities for your feeling. What I mean is that a lot of times we try to not feel emotions because we don't want to experience them. But the first thing is you have to be willing to go through that, right? You've been hurt. I'm divorced, right? And that was a really tough time for me, right? But you have to be willing to accept and feel pain and take responsibility for your feelings, which means that if you're angry about something, you have a right to feel angry. If you're upset about something, you have a right to feel upset. Okay? You have a right to feel those things and be willing to feel them. Because a lot of times what we do is we don't want to be present. We want to just sort of stuff it down. And that's not loving yourself. Just because you are going through something and you try to just say, oh, I'm fine. You're not allowing yourself to be present and just say, you know what? Hey, man, this is effed up. Hey, I feel bad. I feel sad. I'm upset. So you have a right to be present and be in touch with your feelings. Okay. All right. The next thing is going to be be invested in learning yourself. All right. Learn about your emotions. Right now, what are your triggers? You could type down one of your triggers in the comment section if you're on YouTube. Right. What are your triggers? All right. Learn about your emotions. What makes you happy? All right. The other day I did an episode about the languages of apology. Previously, I did the 5 love languages. Right. Next season, because guess what? After this episode, the season finale is Tuesday. And I can't wait. I'm gonna wait to drop the title of that one because I like to end them on really strong notes. End the seasons on really strong notes. So learn about your emotions, learn about your triggers, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. What are you feeling right now? All right, what are you feeling? And you should be invested in learning that. Learn yourself. All right, next thing is improve your inner voice. As a life coach and business coach, usually I spend a lot of time trying to challenge people's negative inner voice. Oh, I can't do this. Why can't you do it? Oh, because I just can't. What do you mean you just can't? Oh, I won't find love. Hey, Alexa, how many people are on the planet? 7 billion people. So I have to constantly say, so are you telling me that do you mean to tell me that on a planet of 7 billion people, you can't find somebody that you may love? Or maybe right now you're just feeling a certain way because you're not in a relationship. It could be that, right? Because 7 billion people. Take a moment to just think about this logic. There's Powerball, Mega Million, all those different things, right? At some point, whether one person hits or multiple people hit, somebody wins, right? Now, the percentages are very small at times, but they're not zero. So finding somebody that you love or finding somebody that you are interested in is just a matter of certain steps that you're willing to take. But you having a negative voice in your head that says, oh, we won't find somebody, you won't. Self-fulfilling prophecies are when you keep saying something to whether yourself or somebody else. And based upon that, it's going to happen. Right? So if you keep saying to yourself, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're single, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're single, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're single, guess what? You're not going to do anything to improve it. So you wind up, unfortunately, being unattractive to yourself, not smart, and everything else. And you won't be in a relationship because guess what? Nobody's going to be in a relationship with somebody that finds themselves unattractive or not smart. So improve your inner voice, right? Challenge that inner voice. You would not let somebody right now tell you that the world is flat, right? Or that Trump was a great president, or that sugar goes in grits, right? I have seen to the death conversations and debates about that. So if you say, hey, Garry, salt and pepper and butter only go in grits, and you have that conviction, then I need you to equally have that same conviction in saying, hey, I am a positive person, and I'm going to practice that self-love and positivity every time. All right? See how I got you with that? And you were ready to debate me right now. Does sugar go in grits? The answer is, I guess, I'm more of a savory person, but I can say that I've had sugar and grits before. Not bad. Okay. Not bad. But I like salt, pepper, butter, and shrimp. That's what I like in my grits. All right. So improve your inner voice. And the last thing, I literally had to say this the other day to somebody. Avoid perfection. Bring it in, guys. I want to tell you something. Perfection is a myth. Stop believing you can be perfect. You cannot be perfect. You can be excellent, but you cannot be perfect. And what happens is, because we think we got to seek perfection and we don't achieve that perfection, we feel negative when we don't do it. You're feeling negative about not being perfect, which is impossible. You cannot be perfect. You can be excellent. Those are things that you can work on. You can work on saying, am I presenting the most excellent version of myself? Am I presenting the most excellent version of this show? Right? And there are things that even for me, and I love my show, but there are things for me that when after the next episode, I'm gonna take about a month and a half off. I'm gonna start recording, but there's a list of things that I want to improve on. But imagine this, there are going to be some people that never start a podcast because there has to be the perfect moment, or it has to be this, or it has to be that. No, you can be excellent. You can create a content that's amazing. But for you, seeking perfection is a myth, and you're sabotaging yourself by trying to think that you will be perfect. You can be excellent, but you cannot be perfect. If you try to seek perfection, you will never get it. As a DJ, I DJ'd an event the other day, and a person was very distraught because they wanted it to be perfect. And I told them, this is a great event. It cannot be perfect. Are there things that are in your control that you can fix right now? She said, no. Then I said, then accept them. You cannot be perfect. All right. So that's how to love yourself. Let's move on to how to love your family and friends. Right. So a lot of times we may say, hey, I want to improve and increase and dive in of a better relationship, a more quality relationship with my family and friends. And you can absolutely do that. First thing is uplift the positive. Today, I want you to, outside of your loved one, if you're going to be focusing on them, I want you to reach out to a family member, a friend, and just uplift them as far as positivity. All right. I have people that, for the most part, come to me because they want to be uplifted, but sometimes they don't leave it. And then they get mad when I distance myself, because at the end of the day, I have to still have a reservoir of positivity for myself, and I can't keep pouring it to you and you're not pouring anything back. So uplift the positive. They're doing something great. Highlight it. Okay. Don't wait until the funeral to gather up. Celebrate them now. All right. I'm in a wonderful Facebook group, right? We have a lot of fun. And guess what? And yesterday, one of the admins, she's an artist. She's a great artist. And we were talking about different Valentine's Day gifts and stuff like that. She was like, well, she's been wanting some paintbrushes, some more paintbrushes. So I right then and there told everybody, hey, I asked her, well, how much is a paintbrush? So she said $10. So I said, let's get her 10 paintbrushes right now, because it was mad people on the live. Let's get her 10 paintbrushes right now. I bought 3. Somebody else bought 3. Somebody else bought some. And then mad people start buying some. And you know what happened? She really, you could see like it really affected her. I'm not saying she was crying. She wasn't crying, but you can see it affected her. Because why we can't uplift the positive? But we want to do a GoFundMe on if somebody has a funeral or somebody gets locked up. Like, I'm not doing that. All right. If a family member comes to me with a business plan and it's solid, I'm going to invest in them. Uplift the positive. All right. Also, and this is huge, show you're being genuine and that you love the person by using active listening. So show that you're genuinely listening to the person. I had a friend that I could tell when she would space out in our conversation. And you know what I would do? Hang the hell up. I would hang up. I would hang up the phone because I'm like, well, you're not listening to me. What's the point? I'd rather for you to say, well, something else. Right. But if you have a family member or a friend that really is talking to you, the worst thing you do is say, yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Like, hey, what did I just say? Yeah, you talked about this. So show up and show love by genuinely listening to the person. Use that active listening. Next thing is stay committed. We live in a culture that, yes, today is a day of love. And guess what? Somebody might not get the teddy bear that they wanted, or they may not get the best gifts that they wanted. And they be ready to cut this person off. They be ready to get divorced. They be ready to cut this person off. They be ready to end a relationship. A lot of times we see a lot of failed relationships because we're refusing to stay in it. We're not going to stay committed. Now, I'm not going to say stay committed and you realize this person is actively and not trying to help the situation. But at the end of the day, like, tell a person, I'm in this. If they messed up and if it doesn't exceed how you leave in the relationship, then stay committed. Stay committed to the person. Stay committed to your friends. Stay committed to your family. They do something wrong and now we're ready to leave. Like, nobody's perfect. We can't, it's something that we can address and identify, but like, come on, man. Next thing is set boundaries. Okay. You have to set boundaries for people because that's showing you loving yourself and you loving the person. Right. If you like, sometimes we might feel like with our elderly family members that they can say things to us that might be inappropriate. You have a right to say something like, hey, that was inappropriate. You have a right to address somebody. If somebody wants to offend you, you can tell them. And also you can set boundaries for yourself. Maybe you want to jump in and always help your family members and they didn't ask you. Set boundaries for yourself, set boundaries for other people, because that's showing that you love and care about them. All right. And the last thing in reference to, loving your family and friends is show vulnerability. A lot of times you might be with a friend and you may not really know what's going on because they don't want to be vulnerable. How can we help if we don't know what's going on? Unfortunately, we've had some people, commit suicide or they are engaging in negative behavior because they have nobody as an outlet to be able to help them. So show vulnerability so we can help. Also, that looks like apologizing if you're wrong. If you're wrong, apologize. Try to make it right. We can't just say, oh, that's showing vulnerability. See, people don't want to apologize because it puts them in a vulnerable situation. You can relate to somebody how that made you feel. Tell your mom and your dad, your spouse, your family members, hey, I felt this way, or I need this, or right now I'm going through this. Like, don't let it be a surprise. Show vulnerability. That's how we can love our family and friends. If we tell them how we feel, they can tell us how we feel. We're creating a space and an atmosphere of no judgment, of love and support. That's how we can engage. All right. And the last thing here on the holiday episode, loving it on the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional life and business coach, DJ, serial entrepreneur, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The last thing is how you can love the journey, man. We got to take time to love the journey of life. Can we love the journey of life? Even if right now you feel like, man, this is a shitty scene. It's only a scene in a movie. You lost your job. Okay, you'll get a new one. All right, you got out of a relationship. Yeah, I know you're hurt. And it may take some time, but guess what? You'll be back in a new relationship before you know it. All right? You're not where you need to be at in life. Oh, you will be. You will be. We've seen that. So the first thing is focus on what you're doing. Are you living in the present right now? And also with the focus, I always tell people, man, focus on the performance, not the outcome. All right. We want to focus so much on the outcome that we miss the lessons that we learn in going through it. How can I learn if I'm only it got to be this. It only could be this. That's the outcome. But you're not even taking the lessons in on how to improve. This is my third season. There are things that if you listen to me when I first started on the internet radio show to now, shit, it's lit. Right? So how can we improve? How can we learn if we're only focusing on the outcome? Next thing is showing gratitude. Like appreciating things. I'm pretty sure if you gave somebody something, or let's say if you open the door for somebody, you at least want them to say thank you, right? We can't control them from saying thank you, but you do want somebody to say thank you. So showing gratitude of right now in the comment section. Go ahead and write, 3 things that you're grateful for. Even on this day about showing love, what are you grateful for? Showing gratitude of the things that are happening around you, even if it's bad. I'm grateful that I am going through this and I will be a better person. Again, going back to focusing on the present. We can't be focusing on the future or the past, excuse me, the past. Like we let the past rob us of us, our present and our future. So focus on the now. How are you feeling now? What's going on now? What can we do now? Yeah. How can we do this? Focus on the present. We're so caught up in going from goal to goal to goal to goal to goal to goal. This goal, now I got to complete that goal. We don't even take time to celebrate. We don't take time. Somebody right now is not going to celebrate Valentine's Day because they got to think about work Monday. You're not even working on Monday. It's President's Day. Right? Oh, I can't focus on that because I don't have money. Oh, I can't focus on that because I got to do about this. And take a damn moment and just live in the freaking now. Stop. Take a moment. Just take a moment where you are. Please. All right. I like this a lot. The next one is focus on self-development, not self-fulfillment, right? So how can I be a better person as opposed to, I want to acquire things? How can I focus on me? How can I develop myself as opposed to self-fulfillment? Which is why on social media is so many things happening, because honestly, just social media masturbation. I know you're like, wow, he just took it there. It is. We post a lot of things on social media because we want to get some type of response, because it pleases us. It gives us pleasure. It fulfills us as opposed to actually doing shit. Right? Which is why it's easy for trolls to keep trolling, because they like to get self-fulfilled. Oh, people are liking it, people are responding, as opposed to working on ourselves. Work on yourself. If it's things that you need to do, shut down your social media right now, if you would like, and work on that. You know that in social media, on a lot of social media pages, there is you can look at the stats on how long you've been on it, for a day, for a month. Check it out. See how long you've been on there. And then remember when you say, oh, I don't have time to start that business. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to do this. Remember that when you look at that. All right. I like to, sometimes when I get too deep into social media, I like to imagine that there is a person behind me with a stopwatch and it's following me around and seeing how long I'm being on social media. So I stop. Right. Sort of weird, but it works for me. And I also take time. Just like I said, you see, it's a lot about being present. If you're going for a long trip and it's a scenic route, go take it. Take it in. Take it in. Take time for yourself. Take it in. Take time. When we talk about take time, take time to smell the roses. Take time to just breathe in, man. As a cigar smoker, I love cigars. And guess what? A cigar is not a cigarette. It's not. When you have a cigar, that's an experience. Right? I've sat down, I've had some coffee, right? Or if I just celebrated a win, right? Or if I'm at cigar lounges are really sort of, limited right now. But when I would go to a cigar lounge, just sit there, light one up, and just relax. Take time. Self-love, self-care, enjoying that journey. These are the things that are important. Okay? So take time for yourself. We just talked about that before. Hey, how do you express self-love? How are you taking time out for you? Yeah, take time out for you, man. You are worth it. You are loved. You are cared for, and you have a right to love and care for yourself. And that means taking the time out. On these video game systems, a lot of times, if it's like based on the kid setting, it'll remind you, hey, you've been playing for an hour. Do you want to take a break? Take a break. Take some time. Take the scenic route. All right. Don't always get fast food. Make some food yourself, or go to a restaurant, or have somebody cook for you. Right? Maybe take a walk. Listen to some lo-fi music and chill, right? Don't just get up and just immediately hop out of bed and start your day. Maybe take 10 minutes before it's time to get up and just lay there with your eyes closed. Maybe you're envisioning your day and just relax. Take care of yourself. All right. That is the end of this holiday episode. Hey, man, I really love that. All right. You can always catch each and every episode by definitely going to See.Plan.Do.show.com. All right. I drop episodes all the time, for the most part, Tuesdays at midnight. So midnight, bam. If you're up, you're up and it's stuck. I'm going to stop saying that. Sorry. All right. So Tuesdays at midnight. All right. And then I definitely drop holiday episodes. Okay. So you can catch this episode. Guess what? Next week, episode 24, episode 23, I believe, 23. And that is the end of this season. Wow, man. 3 seasons, 67, 68 episodes. I'm going to get to 100. And also, shout out to my boy. Shout out to my guy, Aaron Dante of the No Picks After Dark. The No Picks After Dark podcast. An amazing guy. Amazing friend, man. He is celebrating his 100th episode, man. So please check him out. He is doing amazing things. He's definitely been very helpful as far as me developing the show and just creating more and more, and we building. And so we have created the Charm City Charm City Collective, which is a media group, right? So we promote, encourage, and celebrate podcasts, other podcasts, and other alternate media outlets. So please check him out. I'm gonna put a link for him in the comment section below. All right. So guess what? With season 4 coming up, man, you can most certainly, you see that I have promotional opportunities. These numbers are growing, man, in an insane rate, right? Some episodes I might get 100 downloads, at minimum, right? So these episodes are growing. So if you have a book, a show, some type of event, services or goods, and you want to promote them in a platform that encourages and supports that, get with me. You can contact me. You can go to the website. You can email me, and I'll get it, and we'll start that, and I'll send you some information, okay? And last but certainly not least, thank you for watching the show. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for the development of this show. All right? You are the best part of the show. I'm just here to support that, but you support me, and that way we can just keep it going. All right? And until we see each other again, because we'll see each other again. Until we talk again, because we'll definitely talk again. And until we share those special moments again. And we'll definitely do that. Always remember, guys, to see what you want to do in this world. Plan it out. And then do it. All right, guess what? Your life coach as always loves you. I want you to look in the mirror today and say, I love you. And I want you to tell 3 other people that, hey, I love you, and why you love them. All right, guys, enjoy your Valentine's Day. All right, same life coaching time, same life coach channel. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Bye.